it's Jessica.
And Emily.
And we are from Stitch House, Dallas. So I figured, why don't we show you a few really easy tools that help quilting. I feel like I am by no means an expert quilter, but we were able to get perfect points because we have the right tools. And I think oftentimes we always like shortchange ourselves and act like we don't deserve to have like the best tools for the job, but that's totally not true. I think that the right tool for the job makes it a lot easier, and over time you'll build up a collection of really cool things in your sewing arsenal that will just make sewing a lot more fun. And it's a lot more fun when we don't have to use these pesky seam rippers all the time. So these are some really cool things that I love that are new and exciting, and if you haven't seen these before, then I'm glad to introduce you to them. First thing I wanted to show was the Quilter Select rulers, and these have been around, but we don't talk about them enough. Quilter Select is an awesome product that R&K developed with Alex Anderson, and I love Alex. She had her own show for a long time, and so she is an expert on quilting. The whole ruler has a grip.
Yes.
It's cool. So remember people used to put those grip strips on? Always,
yeah.
And like you would do it and it'd like go in random places and you'd buy this stuff, and then Quilter Select was like
get dirty and
yeah,
yes.
And it was gross. So the whole ruler has a grip on here, so even if I put it on this table, I don't get a lot of slide. Okay, but then they upped the ante a few months ago, and they just came out with this. What is this official name?
It is a Select ruler handle.
Okay, I call it the pop socket for quilt rulers. It's really cool. It's got a suction cup on the bottom, and you just stick it on where you want, and now I have a nice little grip that's not intrusive. The other thing that with older quilting style quilting ruler grips, they used to like come from here, and so you changed the angle of how you held your ruler, which I know over time if you're doing a lot of cutting is kind of a pain. So this one, I can still hold my ruler the way I do. I just get a lot less slip, and then I can rotary cut. And Emily is going to tell you about the Quilter Select rotary cutter.
Yeah, I actually feel like we kind of don't want to overlook some of these tools because the rulers and the rotary cutters are really basic. You can get a basic rotary cutter and ruler anywhere, but these are two items that if you already have them in your stash, it's kind of time to upgrade. And here's what I'm going to show you why. As far as the safety goes, this Quilter Select ruler is weighted, so it feels really nice in my hand. But what else is really cool, I'm just going to press one button, push down on my mat, and the amount of blade that's exposed to cut my fabric is really minimal.
Yeah.
And when I'm ready to put my safety back on, I just tap my table back and my blade is totally covered. So I definitely know that every person I've taught to quilt, they leave the rotary cutter out and they do something like totally crazy like this, and it's just laying on the table and something bumps.
It's terrifying.
And it's pretty terrifying. So I really like the safety on this, that you can engage it and have a small amount of the blade revealed and then just tap it closed. So these are two things that I know that I have replaced in my stash because, you know, if we want to do precise cutting, the ruler shifting just slightly, if it doesn't have that non-stick, makes a huge difference. Yep. So these are things that I've replaced in my stash with other inferior rulers, and totally the Quilter Select rotary cutter as well because of the weight and the safety on it.
Yeah, don't overlook the weight on that. The weight is a huge deal, especially if over time, I know people with arthritis and have a hard time holding on to things. The weight is great because it just helps bring the Quilter Select rotary cutter through, and
gives you a nice even pressure.
Yeah, it's very nice. Something else I wanted to talk about was this really cool stasher. Another thing that's overlooked, I'm slightly OCD, so organization is like pivotal to me. This thing is really cool. We've been using them up front to put pins in, but you can do anything. We have 3 cool little products in here. You guys know we love the stiletto. So it fits in here because it moves, you know, so you can put all different shaped objects in here. And then we also have this really cool Kai seam ripper, which luckily we didn't have to use today or show you, but we have these really cool Kai seam rippers, and it's a little bit smaller, but it fits in there easy. And like we have these little snips that are pretty cool. We gave these out at Fun Friday a few months ago, and they fit in here too.
And if I wanted to reorganize this ruler is a little bit wide for what I would use, but if I have a smaller one, the way that the gaps are in here, I can actually stash a small ruler
No way.
right in place too. Yeah, so I'd probably use it for a smaller one, but the way that these are all organized allows you to fit a really wide variety of sized things, and it's flexible, so you can
That's cool.
have all your tools really handy.
Yeah, I love that. And I think a little bit of organization goes a long way in a sewing room.
I agree, because you just never want to have to just move all your stuff out of the
No.
way.
No. So these are our favorite products for right now.